So I have over 8 years experience as a marketer in different industries. Currently I work at VisionNet. It is a Montana-based company, and our headquarters is here in Great Falls. And what I enjoy about that job and doing every day is talking about the internet options that are available to businesses around the state of Montana and the region. And right now we're really focusing on securing internet access for all of Montana.
Okay. And tell me why you're running for Great Falls City Commission.
I've asked myself that many times. I think Great Falls is a great community with a lot of potential, and in the time that I've lived here, I've fallen in love with this community, and I think there's a lot of opportunities for our community, and I would like to be a part of leading this great city forward.
Okay. And why should people vote for you?
Well, why wouldn't they? No, in all seriousness, I am passionate about Great Falls. Like I said, I have a 6-year-old son. I think, again, there's a lot of opportunities that Great Falls has, and I think I am a candidate who brings passion and knowledge of our city, if not political experience, and I think that can work for our city in a variety of ways.
Okay. As you're out on the campaign trail and passing out flyers or putting up signs or whatever, what are some of the issues of concern from the community that stands out the most?
I think definitely, and I've seen this, I'm an avid bike rider. I think definitely the issue of homelessness in our community has people concerned. I think more and more when I'm especially out on my bike, because there's places you can get to on a bike that you can't necessarily access with a car, but more and more what you see are homeless people, in tents, under blankets, under kind of makeshift shelters. And obviously I think there are better solutions than having the unhoused, on our city streets. I think that presents a lot of, health and, economic and social issues that I think need to be addressed. Other things that I've heard of, of course, are economic development, good paying jobs. And so my hope is that I have a part in, solving some of those problems and bringing good solutions to our city.
Okay. As far as the growth and development in Great Falls, how do you think it's going, and is there a way to improve it?
I think there are a lot of positive aspects about the growth in Great Falls right now. I think there's a lot of really good developments and projects underway and taking place, and it's always nice seeing new businesses come in. And I think one of the important things for our community to be focused on is infilling some of the existing buildings, especially in our downtown core, and really looking at some of the options that make sense for Great Falls. One thing I hear over and over and over again, and I completely agree with it, but I don't want Great Falls to become another Bozeman, for example, where people have to stand on city streets with a sign saying, "Sell me a house." I would like to see home prices remain affordable for people, but still bringing in, good paying jobs, and again, the kind of smart development that works for Great Falls.
Okay. What are your thoughts on this newly created crime task force? Do you think it's needed, and do you think there's any ways to improve it?
I think it's definitely something that is needed, and I have to admit I have not looked that much into the crime task force. I think one thing that crime task forces do well is empower citizens to have a sense of comfort with their local police department. And I think it's important for citizens to be involved in what's happening in their communities and know what's going on. Task forces are great for that purpose.
Okay. As you look at the current city commission, the makeup and the things they've done, what could you say that they've done positively, I guess?
Let me think. And I'm a bit biased on this as president of the board of directors for the Children's Museum. We're being kicked out, which I think that's a positive, but I need to think of something the city overall, the commission overall has done. That is a good question. That puts me on the spot. Let me think. A lot of the positive developments that I've seen over the last couple of years include some of the updates and improvements to Montana Expo Park. I think that's an important component for our community. A lot of times, we hear people going to Billings, going to Missoula, going to Bozeman for entertainment and live concerts. And right now we don't have the infrastructure to host major concerts. And so it's my hope that continuing to update those facilities will continue to provide growth and provide for further opportunities.
Okay. And where do you see, as far as the commission as a whole, I guess, room for improvement, maybe negatives or minuses?
I always like to think, in positive terms, but I think I always like to think in positive terms, and I think right now what the City Commission needs are new voices, new opinions, new ideas that I think, one thing that I have heard is that it feels like Great Falls is just behind other Montana communities, and that can't necessarily be completely attributed to any city's, commission or government, but I think certainly bringing in new voices and new ideas is going to help move our city forward.
Okay. Anything else, Vanessa, that you can?
Let's see. And I knew you were going to ask me an additional question, and let's see. And I remember thinking about that this morning, and it's going to be like 5 seconds after you leave, I'll remember it. So, let's see. Oh, okay. I think regardless of who wins the 2 seats in this year's election, I wish them the absolute best in their success, because their success means Great Falls' success.